How's it going, everyone? Stone Lambert here. Today is September 20th, 2023, and today I'm bringing you a very special episode of Piece for Peace. Today is an extremely special day because I have finally created a physical object that has been in my mind for over 4 years. 3 plus. And this is it. So this is prototype 1. And I'll put clip of the form animation that created this. It's a 3 by 3 by 3 cube. Well, I don't know what the inches and width and length of all that is, but there's 3 utilities on each side, except top and bottom. Now, I ran into a problem, obviously. These are supposed to be clear through voids where I could see you through that center hole. And that would be your raceway for your utility. Friction, the darn thing, would not allow me to get these forms off without them breaking. Now, I ran into the same issue on the second prototype right here. And the solution to when the forms broke out, I just haven't done it for this one because I was more interested in the second prototype at this point anyway, was to give it an acetone bath. That chemical that melts plastic and makes your cuticles really dry and gives you a lot of hangnails. That stuff. I gave it a bath. And so this is prototype number 2. It's a 4 by 4 by 8 rectangle and or cube, whatever the 3D word for rectangle is. And as you can see, the forms have come out in this prototype, and we have the different raceways. And you could stack up a bunch of blocks like this. Say you're making a cinder block building like Walgreens or CVS, those typical cookie cutter buildings, and you have all your in-wall utilities. All your ductwork is built into your cinder blocks and all your water lines. And so you stack up, you have a certain row of blocks that you put up when you're building the building, and they're special blocks that have this raceway in them. And you don't have to pay for ductwork, you don't have to pay for electrical conduit, and water lines. You would have to spray the inside with some sort of safe, water safe plastic, because you can't drink concrete water, obviously. But yeah, so this is it. That's like really the HVAC one really just blows my mind how well that shows. I mean, it's too freaking cool. And what I also did is at least 3 of these faces were 3D printed. This had an extrusion on it. This had an extrusion on it. I can't show you what they ended up breaking. I'll put in a photo. And right here. And so you can imagine just the inverted shape of this. The stamps that make this, stamps are the opposite of what you're making. So I had a bunch of waves here. Fun fact, curves and concrete don't like each other. But with 3D printed forms, super affordable way to make some awesome curves in concrete. This was actually a photo of brick that I converted into 3D data and was able to make a stamp out of that. So that's pretty cool. It's like a really old brick wall You can even see like some chunks were out of it and stuff, and that was displayed onto this. And then this was just like a 3D generated cloud texture, technically. And so that just kind of shows even more so, how modular and universal this could be, because you could put your utilities all baked into your walls, and then you could also have a finished texture. So you're not having to pay for any utilities except for the actual wire, and this would be the outlet. Like, it's a plug and play outlet, so you just have to put in the outlet. Like, you don't have to cut drywall, you don't have to find a stud to hang the outlet on adjacent to. You can just put the outlet wherever the heck you want the outlet. Same for ductwork and all that stuff. And same could be true. Imagine this just bigger. So imagine a window. You could have a window box out. You'd have doors. Everything would just be like click into place, easy peasy installation for even cabinets, millwork. You could just make some really cool shapes with concrete that you couldn't normally make. And not even with 3D printed concrete. This isn't 3D printed concrete. This is 3D printed concrete forms. Other people are doing it, but no one is doing the built-in utilities, to my knowledge. That's why I'm trying to get this out there. It works. I greased up the forms like with a ton of wax and stuff that didn't work, and like silicone. So next time I'm probably going to wrap them with insulation or wax paper or something that will absolutely repel water, and so you can reuse the forms. This form actually did save because it didn't have any extrusions that got stuck and broke. So I actually will be able to reuse one of the 3 forms I made. So that's actually super cool too, because concrete forms are typically wood. They're not reused. It's just an insane waste factor. People don't realize that. And so I'm probably going to put this in the acetone bath. And I'm also going to put up just some footage of me messing with my sidewalk idea. That will be episode 6. I'll go into that more. So I don't want to spoil that too much, but just for reference, I'm in Stillwater, and there's not really like any public water like features, which is kind of mind-blowing. I mean, there are some, but just off the top of my head, I actually can't think of any. There's Boomer Lake, a man-made lake. But yeah, there's some like 2 birds, 1 stone, pun intended, solutions to creating like a super efficient sidewalk, but also, quite frankly, a tourist attraction. It'd be kind of like Water World, but with fountains. I'll save that for the later video. Yeah, I hope you have just the best night ever, the best week ever. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Man, I have my 10-year high school reunion coming up. Isn't that crazy? All right. I'm going to go to bed. Have a good night, y'all.